We're looking at Math Workshop Set 4. It says, a movie theater recorded the number of tickets sold daily for a popular movie during the month of June. The box and whisker plot shown below represents the data for the number of tickets sold in hundreds. I want you to take a moment to look at that question for just a second. Alright, so it says, which conclusion can be made using the plot? A, the second quartile is 600. Well, the second quartile is right here at 300. So that's not true. The mean, can you determine the mean of anything from this? So that's out. The range of attendance is from 300 to 600. The range is from 100 to what? 900. D has to be correct. 25% of the attendance is between 300 and 400. Yes. Remember, this is the first 25%, second 25%, third, and the final. Okay? So that is correct. Number 2. The accompanying box and whisker plots can be used to compare the annual incomes of 3 professions. Based on the box and whisker plot, which statement is true? A, the median income for nuclear engineers is greater than the income of all musicians. Okay. The median income for nuclear engineers is right here. Is that greater than all the income of the musicians? No, because you got some incomes over here, don't you? So that's not true. B, the median income for police and musicians are the same. Look, there's the median there, and there's the median. Is that the same? Yes, so that answer is B. All right, let's look at 3, 4, and 5. What type of equation do I have here, Scotty?
Yes.
What type?
Which question?
Number 3.
I don't know the name.
Is it exponential or logarithm form at the moment?
What is the logarithm?
It's in logarithm form. It's a special law known as the natural law. Do we have one log here? Is that what I want? So I'm going to put it in what form? So what's the understood base here? E raised to the third equals x minus 2. E to the third plus 2. We're going to do how many decimal places? So it'll be 22.086. Okay. Number 4. Make sure you look at your paper on that one. Matthew, tell us work. What type of equation is that? Exponential, logarithm?
Exponential.
Okay, what do we need to be the first thing we need to get to do on that one?
Let me see, I divided the 5. But that's probably not right. So, yeah, so what we're going to do is subtract the 3.
Very good. We're going to isolate it. We're going to move what that's not attached to them. I'm going to move that 3 over. And then I'm going to divide by what?
5.
So e to the x equals 3. Now, can you get these bases to be the same? No, so we're going to take the what on both sides? The natural log. So x equals natural log of e equals natural log of 3. Okay. What is natural log of e equal to? 1, so you don't have to worry about that. Natural log of 3. And I get x equals 1.099. Are there any questions? Pascal, what you doing? That's what everybody's going to say when I get onto that phone. Will you really text the mama?
Yes, sir.
Number 5. Don't lie to me.
We don't mind you.
Okay. Number 5. What form are we in right now? Exponential. Can you get these bases to be the same? No. So we're going to take the what of both sides? Good, Lane? You're going to take the what of both sides, guys? Log. I'm going to bring a minus 4. Log 2 equals log 82.1. And then I'm going to divide both sides by what? You know, some of us really need to make good on this test. Every test from here on out. So when I divided that, that's how I put that in my calculator. I get that ferocious decimal. And then, what would I move over there? And then I would add what to it? 4. And my final answer is 10.359. Yes, buddy?
The first time I looked at it, I accidentally used natural log, and I still got the same answers, like both times.
Sometimes that works out like that. But it isn't all the time.
What's the reason why that would work then?
Because natural log is a form of a log. Yeah. We had natural log to handle the E situation, but I mean, it is a form of log, so it could work. All right. Are there any questions on that? All right. We took our tree quiz. Now let's review our checkpoint. Let's talk about this because you're going to have a quiz on Thursday on formal definition. Yay. Thursday. Huh? We'll go that back page tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, a little bit every day. The test on that next. Well, I don't know. Next week, let me just check. The sophomores are taking the pre-ACT. It's a state mandated test next Tuesday. I don't know if I want to see you Tuesday yet. I don't know what's going on Tuesday. I don't know if there's an e-learning day yet. I don't know what's going on Tuesday at the moment. So yes.
On Wednesday, that's the workshop test, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if they have
You just take it whenever you come to class. So if you be in class Thursday, take it Thursday. Yes.
You don't have to see no one
Right. Are you ready for it? You want to make 5?
like 2, somewhere around the block, so. Yeah, it is.
At the moment, tentatively, I don't know when you take your test next week. You got 2 tests, a derivative and a math workshop. And we're all going to go different schedules. So what I might just say is, by Thursday, both of them's going to be done. Whatever day you can take it, whatever day you come to class, you got me? Or you come to 0 period take it. See what I'm saying? So that Thursday, they just got to be both done by then.
Can we do that Friday?
Yeah, Friday.
Why Friday?
I don't know, it's just a long time for
Because I started another unit.
Friday.
Oh, so I'm living on y'all's time?
No, it's your time.
I'm living on y'all's time. Oh, okay. What else you want? Hold on. What else you need? What else you need?
I did ask first.
I know when he chimed in, so I'll just ask him now.
I forgot like you still have to teach them.
And you still got to learn too.
When do we start to learn?
What will you get?
Next week.
Oh, I thought you meant the week after that. I was like, what?
You studying for a semester exam? Yes.
2 questions. So, if we don't see you on Tuesday, we're not going to get the derivatives test.
I'm going to take it Wednesday.
Okay, and
If you
then,
don't see me Wednesday, my plan is this. Derivative test is potentially Wednesday. Math workshop test is Thursday. If I don't see you Wednesday, you just got to have both of them done by end of Thursday. 0 period or whenever. You can take it early, I don't care.
okay, and then if we don't have to take our exam, like any of our exams,
When is y'all's exam senior supposed to be in?
not this week, but the next week, they start the 15th. But that fourth have to come to school by Monday?
I have no idea.
Just exams.
This exam's 15. And seniors, your exam is on limits and derivatives.
Thank the Lord. That would make my whole year.
And I don't give a study guide, look back at your notes, okay? It's on limits and derivatives. Juniors, I have to tell you, I know you got,
I need a little bit more.
you got to flip a desk. Please get up and flip a desk right now. You got to flip a desk and be with me. Juniors, yours is on. Juniors, you want to know? Limits, derivatives, and my last year systems.
Are we on taking that test?
Oh,
Wait, we have to take that.
That's if you're exempt. You don't have to. I'm just saying that's what, if you got to take the exam, juniors, yours is on limits, derivatives, and systems. Juniors, you have, okay, seniors, you have derivative and math workshop tests left. Juniors, you have derivative, math workshop, and systems. Yes.
Do you have tardies count against our
I do.
exams?
But that's Miss Hopper, my gift to y'all. Seniors is limits and derivatives. Juniors, limits, derivatives, and the last thing. Are y'all good on that? All right.
I think we should do the test with comments.
You want me to include comments on it?
No, I just kidding. It is like.
Now, my dual enrollment test is Thursday, and everybody has to take that. It is comprehensive, everything they've learned since January.
They have to take that, but they.
Mhm. Are you ready?
Yeah. Let's go over number 2.
All right, guys, stop talking. I'm ready. Have I answered everybody's questions? They need to know about the test. So, okay, let's move on. So, derivative test will be next Wednesday. If you're in AP Lit, you just got to take the derivative and the math workshop by Thursday. Now, if you want to come in Monday and take a math workshop test and zero, I don't care, but you just got both of them done by Thursday. All right, number 1. I'm not going over this type. You did good on this type on your checkpoint. I'm looking at number 2. Is everybody good with number 2? 8x. All right, so let's look at our formula. Our formal definition. Limit as h approaches 0 of f of x plus h minus f of x all over h. Okay, if I plug x plus h in there, y prime equals 1 over x plus h plus 2 minus 1 over x plus 2 all over h. I keep forgetting to put that limit in there. Yes, sorry about that. All right. If I apply 0, if I plug 0 in it, I will get what in the denominator? 0. Okay, I will get 0. So I use one of my toolkit strategies. Which one would you use here? Okay, common denominator. What's my common denominator between x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2? Both of them. Very good. So here, I'm going to write over here. So I got x plus h plus 2 times x plus 2 minus x plus h plus 2 x plus 2. What did I multiply this one by over here? X plus 2. So I have to multiply the numerator. What was missing over here? So I'm going to multiply that. Don't forget, this is all over h. You do have one like this on your test next week. Alright. The limit as h approaches 0. That's going to give me x plus 2. What is this minus? This is negative 1, so that would be a negative x, negative h, negative 2, all over. This cancels out. These cancel out. The limit as h approaches 0 of negative h over x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2 divided by h. Don't forget that h. Some students forget to bring that down. Now the limit as h approaches 0 of negative h over now what can I do with those h's? Cancel. I'm left with the limit as h approaches 0 of negative 1 over x plus h plus 2 and x plus 2. Now I'm going to try direct substitution one more time. I plug 0 in here. That will give me x plus 2 times x plus 2. What's x plus 2 times x plus 2? 2 squared. That would be your derivative, negative 1. So my derivative would be negative 1 over x plus 2 squared. Yes?
Would it still be right if you multiply this plate out the x plus 2 squared, like 5 total that?
That's fine, yes. Yeah, yes. Are there any questions? Now I'm just going to go and tell you, so Ms. Chesh, how could you do this as a shortcut? The only ones that you can do shortcut is the polynomial ones. If it's rational, that involves a more detailed derivative rule, which you won't learn this year. So you can't check these or the radicals using the shortcut, only the polynomials. Like here, you could check this one easily with the derivative rule. What's 2 times 4? 8x to the what power? 1. And this is a constant, so what is that? So it would be 8x. Okay? Alright, let's look at page 25 for your homework. Yes, to use it as a study tool. We're going to go over 1 through 10 and then continue on with our lesson today. Page 25 in your notebook, yes. We talked about yesterday 1, 2, and 3, the derivative was 0 because they were a constant. Alright, let's look at number 4. What will be my derivative of what equals x to the 5th, Caroline?
5x to the 4th.
Very good, 5x to the 4th. But y prime equals 5x to the 4th. Number 5. Olivia?
Y prime equals 45x to the 5th.
Very good. Alright, number 6. Sarah?
Y prime equals negative 32x to the 4th.
Very good. Number 7. Ron?
Y prime equals 35 x to the 6 plus 4.
Very good. Number 8. Constance?
Y prime to the 3x.
Y prime equals 3x what? Yes. Minus. What do we do that to? You multiply that?
Negative 16.
Negative 16. Very good. So it's y prime equals 3x squared minus 16x. Number 9. Jennifer, what you get on that one?
Y prime equals 24x to the 5th minus 35x to the 4th minus 27x squared.
Very good.
I did 1 through 7.
Last year,
1 through 10. That's just screwing around. I accidentally fell asleep doing it.
Number 10.
Yeah.
Chad, what did you get, buddy?
I got y prime equals 56 x to the 6 plus 25 x to the 4 plus 27 x to the squared.
Very good. Do I need to do any of 1 through 10?
What did he say the last one was?
It is y prime equals 56x to the 6 plus 25x to the 4 plus 27x squared. Okay, those are very simple. Those are all polynomial. Those are quick and easy. All right. Now, let's turn to page 23 in your notebook. We did this yesterday. Just reviewing a few things. Remember, when it's separated by plus and minuses, you're going to take the derivative of each individual term. Sometimes you have to rewrite it to work with it. Like I would have to rewrite this as 1/2 sine x. What is the derivative of sine? Cosine. What's the derivative of cosine? Negative sine. You need to remember that. Here, like I said, you take derivative of x. Just any single variable is 1. The derivative is 1. Any constant is 0. And then take the derivative of this. Are there any questions on these from yesterday? Alright, we're going to look at this box here now. So that's what we're about to do, is look at 19 through 25, and then you're going to practice some.
So in our test, this is going to be
In these. Alright. On number 19, y equals 2 over 3x squared. On these, when you have variables in the denominator, or you have radicals in the problem, you're going to rewrite it, okay? And that's why we did the math workshop 3rd 9 weeks. How could I rewrite that x where it's not in the denominator? X to the what? Don't sit here and look amazed. What? 2/3. I'm going to rewrite that as y equals 2/3 x to the negative second. If it's positive in the denominator, I'm going somewhere else. It becomes negative. We've tested on that. Now, once you rewrite it, then I can differentiate that, find the derivative. What would I say? Negative 2 times what? Which would be negative 4/3 minus 1. That will give me a negative 3. Do you see that? So sometimes you have to rewrite it, then find the derivative, and then write your final answer. I would write y prime equals negative 4. Where would you put? I don't want to leave my answer with a negative exponent. Where would I put that? In the denominator as x cubed. Take a moment to look at that. So our learning target is the same as yesterday. I'm going to continue finding the derivative using the derivative rules. These are all the derivative rules. All right, Mary Catherine, on this next one, you got an x in the denominator. That should catch your attention. You can't do anything till you rewrite it. How could you rewrite this one? Very good. 2 times x to the negative 1. All right, let's find the derivative. Negative 1 times 2 is? Negative 1 minus 1 is what, class? Negative 2. Now we're ready to do the final write. Y prime equals negative 2 over x squared. I put that in the denominator to get rid of that negative exponent. It doesn't change the sign of the negative 2, just the sign of the exponent. So if you have variables in the denominator, you have to rewrite it first. And the other thing I told you needs to catch your attention is the radical. How can I rewrite that radical, Ryan? Guys, we had a whole 9 weeks on this. Come on, what is it?
2x.
Very good. 2x to the 1/2. Good job. Now, I'm going to bring the 1/2 where? Down. 1/2 times 2 is what? 1. And I'm going to subtract 1 off that. That's going to be a negative 1/2, isn't it? Write my final answer. Y prime equals 1 over x to the 1/2 would be what? Yep. That's your derivative. Yes.
Would there be a radical in the denominator?
On these, you can leave them, yes. Now, you said, Mr. Fisher, if I put 1 over x to the 1/2, that's fine, but I prefer that.
And like, if you were to rationalize it, would that be right as well?
I'd just rather you leave it like that, because that's the derivative. All right, number 22. Do I need to rewrite 22? There's a lot going on there, isn't it? Y'all agree? So I'm going to rewrite that as y equals 1/2 x to the, okay, where would I put the root at, guys? In the numerator or denominator? Denominator, the power goes on top, that would be negative 2/3. Y equals 1/2 times x to the negative 2/3. Now, remember, roots grow underground, the root goes in the denominator. I'm going to say negative 2/3 times 1/2. We're all intelligent students in here. Shouldn't have to do that in your calculator. What's 1 times negative 2? Negative 2 over 6 reduces to what? So I got negative 1/3 x. I'm on minus 1. That's going to be negative 5/2. Write your final answer is y prime equals negative 1 over 3. I'm going to put that in the denominator. It is the square root of x to the 5th. So that's your final answer. Negative 1 over 3 times square root of x to the 5th. Number 23. It's not a major problem here, guys, because one thing, the variable's not in the denominator and I don't have a radical. But let's just write it so it's easier to work with. Put the x on the side. 1 times negative 3/2 is what? What's 1 times negative 3/2? 1 minus 1 is, so your derivative is negative 3/2. Number 24. What do you think would be the best thing we did first in the denominator? Cubed it, yep. So I'm really working with 5 over 8x cubed. So I'm going to rewrite that as y equals 5/8 x to the negative 3. Bring it out of the denominator. Negative 3 times 5/8 is negative 15 over 8. Minus 1 is a negative 4. Always derivative, you subtract 1. Now write as the final answer, y prime equals negative 15 over 8, and put the x to the 4th in the denominator. This is why we did math workshop about exponents. And the last one. I'm going to rewrite this because I got a variable in the denominator. Y equals 7 over 3x squared. 2 times 7/3 is 14 over 3. 2 minus 1 is 1. So y prime would equal 14 over 3x. Leave it on the side like that. Okay, I want you to do 1 and 3 right now, and we're going to go over it. Do 1 and 3. 1, 3, and 5. Do 1, 3, and 5. Do you need to rewrite 1? Do we need to rewrite that? Yes. Alright, look up for a moment. Look up for a moment. I'm going to rewrite this as 5 over 2 x to the what power? Negative 2. Negative 2 times 5/2 is what? Negative 5. I minus 1. When I minus 1, what value does that give me here? Negative 3. Okay, so now I'm ready to write my final answer. Y prime equals negative 5 over what? X cubed. Did y'all get that? Did y'all get that? Okay. Number 3. We separate over plus, and we need to find the derivative of this, derivative of that. G prime of x equals 2 times this understood 1 here is 2. Let's take 1 off that. That's going to be an understood 1 there. 3 times 4 is what? Take 1 off, that'd be x what? Squared. It doesn't matter, but I would like to keep it in the right order as you went. Number 5, what is the derivative of this? Y prime equals what? Very good. I want you to do 7 and 9. Do 7 and 9 now. On number 7, you need to take the derivative of that first part and then the derivative of the second part. Derivative of this. No, this first part. What's the derivative of that? 2 times. Okay, now, what's the derivative of that? So you got negative sign and negative. That's going to make it what? Positive. Plus 1/2 sign. When you get that, don't take it away. You just leave that in half. Got it. Now good. That 1/2 doesn't go away. Guys, remember, yesterday we talked about the trig part. That 1/2 will stay there. You just take the derivative of that trig part right there, okay? That 1/2 would stay there. What's the derivative of cosine? Negative sine. So I got a negative, it's going to be a what? Positive 1/2 sine. And then in front should be what? 2x. So you should have y prime equals 2x plus 1/2 sine, because the derivative of cosine is negative sine. I already got a negative. Negative times a negative is that. Do 9. We're just doing our homework. We're just trying to sit here. The more we do in class, the less you have to do tonight. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. You got that one? Okay. Do number 11. Go on number 11. On number 9, what would be the ideal first thing you did here on number 9? Cube that denominator, shouldn't you? So you would have 6 over what? Very good. 6 over 125x cubed. Now I'm going to rewrite that as 6 over 125x to the negative 3. Negative 3 times this is negative 18 over 125. Negative 3 minus 1 is negative 4. So I would write my final answer, y prime equals negative 18 over 125 x to the what? That would be my derivative right there. Negative 18 over 125 x to the 4. Okay, number 11 is a quick one. How many terms do you have in number 11? 4. So you need to find the derivative of each single one. You're getting good that you can do this. What's the derivative of t cubed, everybody? 3t what? Squared. What will be the derivative of this? Plus 10t. What's this? Minus 3, and then that's just what? So you don't put that plus 0 at the end. Are y'all getting the hang of it? Okay? All you got left is 13 and 15. You should already probably finish those. Tomorrow you're going to come in and do the even ones, and then we'll discuss the even ones. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. So you just go ahead and do the even ones, and all the good ones. You got information